All right, yeah, my name is Scott Burwell, and I'm the founder of Neurotype. And today, there's 22 million people with a substance use disorder. And out of the people that seek treatment, over 60% will relapse in the first 30 days after treatment. One of the reasons that people relapse is due to their cravings or the intense desire or intent to use substances. To an everyday person, this scene might look like a beautiful street, sunny day, but to a person with a substance use disorder, it's filled with traps and triggers. And those traps and triggers can induce craving, which ultimately lead to relapse. This industry standard for diagnosing craving is based on patient-provider interviews. But these things, as we know, tend to be subjective, often biased, and just generally unpredictive of relapse. There are objective tools that are being developed, but these are based on geo-trackers and chatbots that are often too little and too late, meaning that the prediction of the relapse comes at the time when the person is already beginning the relapse. So what we need is something focused at the point of care. So what we're developing is an objective tool based on brain electrical signals with consumer-grade EEG headsets to track people's cravings over the course of their treatment. So that providers can predict relapse before it occurs and before the person's out of their treatment. We're targeting clinics that are focused on gaining a competitive edge in terms of relapse prevention, and we're targeting insurance reimbursement codes that are existing for EEG assessments already. My team consists of myself and Justin Anker of the Minnesota Department of Psychiatry, Twin Cities, as well as we have consultants and collaborators in the clinical space and external support supporting our path to commercialization. We see this as having over $100 million revenue and in a growing area. So with that, I'd like to thank you and take any questions.
Once the technology identifies the craving, what's the intervention to, how do you make sure that they don't go off the rails?
So at the moment, we're targeting this as a point of care tool, and so we're leaving that up to the clinicians that are focused their therapies already on sort of targeting a person's identification of their own triggers and treating, sort of giving them behavioral tools that they can use sort of to overcome their urges when they encounter these triggers in real life. But we're not suggesting any one treatment versus another one. It might be a little bit further down the line.
What kind of information do you have on the impact of your therapy? How successful is it?
So in some studies using lab-based EEG assessments, there's already been prediction of relapse. The numbers are 70 to 80% in some of these in terms of accuracy, but we're kind of at the early stage of some of this research still.
What's the intellectual property protection you have around your technology?
So the design itself is based on a long-standing area of research in clinical and addiction neuroscience, but the underlying algorithms are proprietary, and I have not yet seen these published. I should mention, though, that the design itself is based on over 100 publications that have been done that I've counted, and so there does seem to be something there.
So of course, it's important that we make sure those that need it use it. Have you thought through how to ensure patient compliance with the device?
Yeah, so that's why we're right now focusing on probably facilities where they might be for-profit, where there are people that are more invested in, more motivated to go through the full treatment and to use and be compliant with the device. Does that answer? Yeah.
I can speak pretty loudly, I think.
Okay.
How do you're acquiring this data?
Yeah, so there is the
Yes, sorry. Thank you.
Do you acquire this through a headset? Is that?
Correct. There are commercially available EEG headsets that are on the market. And so we'll be acquiring that. And what we're really focusing on with this technology is the software platform that interfaces the EEG headset with our technology platform.
And these folks would be wearing this headset in public, is that?
No. This is really kind of a 20-minute thing that they would do in the clinic, but ideally they would be doing this multiple times throughout the course of their treatment.